The harsh truth of the matter is that women really need to be selfish. Need. Hard on the need. When a woman is focused on herself, she truly can start to blossom and thrive throughout life. A lot of times women, we are brought up to believe that we need to be sacrificial with our lives. We need to give up our dreams. We need to give up our bodies. We need to give up our minds. We need to give up our hearts for anything and everyone around us except for ourselves. And the truth of the matter is that we need to really start to tap in on what do we want out of life. So many women, especially from past generations, are living with lives that they never wanted, that were thrust upon them, that were forced upon them by society, by their parents, by peers, by just like the pressures of the world. And today we don't have those same kind of pressures. So we need to stop putting them on ourselves. Because women, we have the opportunity to go out there and make a living for ourselves. We have the opportunity to go out there and find the right partner for us and not just rush into something and get married and be married to a miserable person and be miserable for the rest of our life and have a million kids to this person and be miserable. Like, we don't have to have kids. We don't have to get married. We don't have to do all these things that other generations were forced to do. So really take that as a freedom, something empowering, that we have the opportunity in our hands to make our lives what it is. Women have to sacrifice so much, and we don't need to do that anymore. Okay, I don't know who needs to hear that, but you don't need to sacrifice yourself. Whether you're a mother, whether you're a wife, whether you're none of the above, whether you're single, whether you're young, whether you're old, whatever you are, you don't need to sacrifice what you need and what you want out of life, because that's just as important as the next person. That's just as important as your husband's needs, your wife's needs, your kids' needs, your parents' needs, the world's needs, your job's needs. You're just as important. Growing up, I was surrounded by women that made men the focal point of their lives. They were so sacrificial in how they lived their lives. They gave up their dreams. They gave up their aspirations. They gave up what they really wanted out of life simply because someone else told them, no, I want this out of you. Or they felt the need to give everything up. They didn't focus on themselves. They didn't try to go after what they wanted, what they needed. And I don't want that for myself, and I wouldn't want that for my future daughter. I would never, ever, ever want my future daughter to believe that it's okay to give up a part of yourself for others. Like, yeah, you can adjust your life, but you shouldn't be giving up on your dreams and what you like to do and like who you are as your core. You shouldn't feel like you don't know yourself anymore when you get into a marriage. You shouldn't feel like you don't know yourself anymore when you have kids. You should still be able to nurture yourself. Water your own flowers. Because at the end of the day, if you're trying to raise a family, if you're trying to keep up a household, if you're trying to do these different things, you're trying to be a corporate baddie, whatever, you need to be able to give yourself what you would give to others. Because you can give more efficiently to other people when you are in a good state. Like, just think about it. When you wake up, you have a bad day, the day is gloomy, you like skipped out on the gym, now you feel like crap, you like all these other things are going on throughout your day that just aren't lining up right, and you are not in the right mental state. Then your friend texts you, she's going through a bad day, she's like, oh my gosh, can you come over for a little bit? I just really need to vent, I just really need some advice, I just really need somebody right now. You're not in a good mental state either. So the advice and the support that you would give that person isn't going to be as, efficient and as good as if you were in a good mental state yourself. If you were doing all these things for yourself, you could also give that to other people. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, you don't always have to be in a good mood, but if you're watering your flowers, if you're nurturing yourself, if you're really giving yourself that love, you can give so much more love and attention and effort outward. Okay? As I saw these women around me that really were giving up so much of themselves and weren't getting anything back, I really start to realize just how unfulfilled they were and just how sad it is to see that there's no life behind those eyes. It's just doing things for approval. It's just doing things for attention. It's just doing things for love. And it's not just living the life that we're here to live, experiencing things. Like they're saying, oh, I really wanted to be this when I grew up, but then I had kids, and then this guy was around, and then I married this guy, and so now I just don't, that dream never came to fruition. I've always wanted to go on these trips. I haven't been out of the country yet. I haven't been out of my state yet. I haven't been out of my city yet because this came up and I have to pay all these bills, and I have these kids now, and I have my husband now, and I have now I'm a divorce, and now blah, 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 all these other things going on. They haven't been able to live their life. Like, these women are in their 40s, 50s, 60s, and beyond, and haven't been able to experience their own lives. They're here catering to other people day in and day out. Enough with the sacrifice. Okay? Enough with the sacrifice. Because no. Like, we have the choice. We have the power in our hands. We have the power within us to go out there and live the life that we want and have exactly what we want. You know, we're no longer in the era where we have to rely on a man to provide things for us. We're no longer in the era where we have to have kids right after we get out of it. Like, we don't have to go down that pipeline. You know, you don't have to graduate high school, go to college, meet a guy in college, marry him, drop out of college and never finish, never be able to go into your dreams, have a kid young, and then have to be a mom, have to run the household and blah, blah, blah. Like, we don't have to do that. And I feel like a lot of people are still living in that mentality. Like, they may not be doing those things, but they're still living that mentality. Like, I need to sacrifice my youth. I need to sacrifice my beauty. I need to sacrifice my time, my energy for a man, for kids, for my family, for my parents, for this, blah, blah, blah. This is your life. It's your life. Like, the men in your lives, they're living their life. They're living their life. They're not caring. So why, as we as women, feel like we need to constantly give so much of ourselves, and we get nothing in return? No. Okay? No. Hi you guys, welcome to my cozy little corner of the internet. Thank you so much for coming to a video with me. This is for you. And today I really want to talk about why women really need to stop sacrificing ourselves. Why women need to be selfish, okay? So I have a few points that we're gonna go through. Let's get started. So before I get to my points, I really want to slam it into your head, slam it into your skull, that being selfish is not necessarily a bad thing. Okay, we grow up with thinking that being selfish is just this horrible trait to have. But really, being selfish is giving yourself time, giving yourself energy, pouring into yourself, okay? Being selfish is someone that looks at themselves first. Looks at their needs first, look at their wants first. Can that be blown out of proportion? Yeah, anything can. But at the core, being selfish is just looking out for you. Looking out for you first, okay? So the first thing that I have is that selfish women have standards and they have boundaries. And that is something that all the women that I saw growing up lacked. They did not have standards, they did not have boundaries, and even if they did, they were constantly letting people challenge that. They were constantly letting people push the boundaries. They were constantly with people that didn't meet their standards. There's women out here who have an amazing job. They're beautiful. They have so much to offer. They're so smart, so caring, so much to offer the world, a partner, their kids, things like that. And then a partner comes into their life that is bottom of the barrel, doesn't have a job, doesn't have a car, doesn't have anything going on in their life, and they're leeching off of this woman because the woman just wants that love, that attention. And it's at what cost? Because not only is he not meeting your standards, but he's also treating you like crap. And you don't have these solid boundaries set up. Like, you can have these boundaries in your mind, like, yeah, I would never allow that. Yeah, that wouldn't fly with me. Obviously it would. Because a lot of women have been allowing a lot of things to just slide by the wayside. A lot of stuff is going on that shouldn't be going on. And you're teaching these people that are coming into your life, oh, well, I did that and she didn't care. I'm still here. I'm still getting what I want. So I might as well just keep going. Like, no. Selfish women have standards and they have boundaries, but the difference is they stick by them. They stick by it. Okay? They're actually upholding that. Okay? You can't just have boundaries and have standards and say, oh, I want this and I want that, but then you're allowing people that are below that. That's not having standards and that's not having boundaries. You have to actually uphold it. If you say that you're not going to allow something, if you say that something isn't going to fly, if you say something is your deal breaker, then that's your deal breaker. Yeah, they're not getting past any other point, okay? Stop at go. Like, there's no more. We're not moving anymore. Okay? You need to have these standards, have these boundaries, and uphold them. You need to have the self-respect to realize, like, just because someone's giving you attention doesn't mean that you need to allow that into your life. Doesn't mean that you need to eat it up. Okay? Anybody can give you attention. Look at you. Anybody can give you attention, give you quote-unquote love. Okay? You're a beautiful person with a beautiful personality, a beautiful soul, a beautiful heart, a beautiful mind. Duh. Of course people are going to give you attention and love. Does that mean that you need to accept every single person in? No. Use your discernment, okay? Use your intuition. Filter these people out, okay? Like, just because someone is coming along your way and they're throwing you little compliments and like whatever, you don't have to take that. You don't have to accept that. You don't need to marry that. You don't need to date that. Okay? No. Like, expect a little bit more. Expect just a little bit more. A lot of women that I saw growing up, they were also very uncomfortable with being alone. And this is where this trickles in. Because they believe, well, if I uphold this, they're probably gonna leave. And then what? I'm probably gonna be alone, and then I'm probably gonna die alone. And it's like, girl, no. Like, it's okay to be alone. It's okay to not be in a relationship and hop into the next relationship and then hop into the next relationship and then hop into a marriage and then hop into, like, it's okay to be alone. And a lot of these women, they don't feel comfortable being alone, being without a partner. They feel like they need that. Everything that your partner is giving to you, you could get to that yourself. All that attention, all that love that you're seeking, start giving that to yourself. And then what these bums are giving you, it won't seem so special and it won't seem so amazing because you already have it within you. You're already doing it for yourself, right? So the second one that I have is that selfish women build better lives. When you are someone that is selfish, when you're someone that is tuned in on what you want, what you need early on, you can really experience so much more out of life. You can have such a more rich, fulfilling life. Okay, all these people that are getting older and they're at the end of their lives or they're in the middle of their lives and they're thinking, oh, I wish I would have did this. Oh, I wish I would have followed through with that. I wish I didn't let this person make me not go through with that, blah, 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 blah. Like, I think that a lot of people don't realize just how fast life goes by. Like, yeah, we all think, oh yeah, life is so fast and like, you don't have that much time and like, blah, 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 blah. You only get one life. But then you're not doing the actions that align with that. If you truly believe that we only have a limited amount of time and this is your one lifetime to do everything that you want, then you would push yourself to do what you want and you wouldn't care so much about what other people are thinking, what other people are saying, blah, 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 blah. Like, if you want to go on that trip, go on that trip. If you want to see something, go see it. If you want to go to that concert, go to that concert. If you want to talk to that person, talk to that person. Like, there is not a lot of time. And these people that get to the end of their lives and they're so regretful of so many things, it's like, you have to be selfish. You have to look at yourself first. Because a lot of parents, they go into raising their kids with so much resentment built up because they didn't allow themselves to live their lives. Now they see their kids wanting to go live their lives, and they're like, I didn't get to do that. I didn't get to do that. Now I'm this age, I have these kids, I have this job, I can't just like pick up and go. And like, there's people in marriages that are like, if I would have just waited to then I could have experienced some more out of life. And it's like, really utilize the time that you have. Utilize the time and the energy that you have, because it's only here for a certain amount of time, and then it's going to be gone. And then you're going to be sitting there sad when everyone else has these stories to tell, and they're like, oh yeah, when I was young I went to Peru and I like rode llamas and like blah 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 blah, I don't know, and I was like braiding bracelets on the side of like a mountain. And you're not going to have anything to say because what? You were so eager to get married at 20, you were so eager to have kids at 22, like slow down. Slow down. Okay? You can have such a better life, such a more fulfilled life, and you will feel so much more aligned mentally in who you are if you stop trying to run in this rat race. Because we think that there's this societal pressure to keep up with the Joneses. Like, oh, Stacy just got engaged, Stacy just had a baby, Stacy just got married, Stacy blah, 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 Stacy just bought a house. And you feel behind in life, and it's like, girl, go experience life. Go jump off a cliff. Go look at a waterfall. Go, like, on a boat ride. Go, like, I don't know why I keep thinking of all these water things, but, like, do something with your life. You don't have to rush this whole family, marriage, kids thing. You don't have to rush it. I promise there is more time than you think that there is for that. There's more time. Okay? Do these things while you can, while you're young. Okay? Yeah, you could do it in retirement, but like, come on now. You're not gonna feel like climbing the side of a mountain when you're retired? Come on. Like, let yourself have these fun experiences now. Okay? Stop trying to rush to find the perfect partner. Stop trying to rush to have kids. Stop trying to rush to have this picture perfect life when we know that that doesn't work. We know that the divorce rates are skyrocket. We know that people aren't wanting to have kids. You know why? Because people want to live their lives. People want to experience life. Like, we are here to experience, make memories, meet new people, try new things. Okay? Don't tie yourself down so fast just because you're scared of being alone. Just because you're so desperate for that attention and so desperate for that love. The last one that I have is that selfish women are not bitter. They are fulfilled. A lot of the older women that I've experienced throughout my life have been very bitter. Whether that's in a quiet way, whether that's in like a passive aggressive way, whether that's in a more loud, bold kind of way. They're bitter because they feel like they see something in you that they missed out on in life. Don't be that person. Don't be that person that when you're getting older in age, that you look at other people and you start to feel bitter because you didn't do what you wanted to do. You didn't get the body that you wanted to get. You didn't get to experience the things that they got to experience. You didn't get to go on those trips. You didn't get to meet those people. You didn't get to do all these things. Don't be that person that feels like your life isn't fulfilled and that you're taking it out on other people because you chose what you chose and they chose what they chose. Don't be that person. Okay? This is your life and it's your responsibility. And I feel like a lot of people let that responsibility part just fly away. Like, no. Like, yeah, you can blame the world, you can blame your parents, you can blame your partner, you can blame your kids, you can blame all these things all you want. This is your life. You made the choices that you made. Don't be mad because other people are making other choices and you wish that you did that. Okay? This is your life. Like, really take responsibility over that. Everybody goes through hard times. Everybody has responsibilities. Everybody has things going on. Everybody has insecurities. Everybody has like wants and needs and blah, 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 blah. Everybody has that. Don't think that you're so special that you have the weight of the world on your shoulders and that's why I couldn't get the body that I wanted and that's why I couldn't go on that trip and that's why I blah, 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 blah. That's why I stayed in this town my whole life and blah, blah, blah. Don't be that person. okay? Because the one thing that I hate most is a bitter bitch. Don't be that. Don't be that, okay? I want you to be thriving. I want you to be flirty and thriving, okay? We don't want bitter over here. You don't want to be that, okay? You want to be able to live your life so you can pass down those experiences, you can pass down that knowledge, so you can pass down that advice to others. Like, just because you're getting older in your age doesn't mean that your life is suddenly cut and like suddenly like it's over. Suddenly there's an expiration date over your head, like, oh, as soon as I turn 30, as soon as I turn 40, as soon as I turn 50, and so on and so forth, my life is done. Who told you that? Who told you that? You know how many beautiful, gorgeous, thriving, successful, fulfilled, well-traveled, well-educated women there are out there that are older in age? So many. So many, so many. Like, don't think that just because you're getting older, now you gotta tie yourself down. Oh, now that you're married, now you can't go out there and live your life. What? Now that you have kids, now you can't go out there and live your life. No. Like, just because you have maybe some more limitations doesn't mean that you can't do things. If you really want to do it, make it a priority. Make yourself a priority. Because all these people that you see out here that are living the life that you wish that you could have, that have these things that you wish that you could have, that are going places you wish you could go, it's because they made that a priority. The same way that some people are out here making getting married young and having kids young a priority, other people are making being traveled a priority. Other people are making go to school again a priority. Other people are making meeting new people, having new friends, making connections a priority. It's all about your priorities. Make yourself your top priority. That's what I'm saying with being a selfish woman. Make yourself the top priority, because then everything else doesn't feel like it's attacking you. You're not going to feel like your kids are weighing you down, or your partner is weighing you down, or your job is weighing you down, because you put yourself at the forefront of things. If you're a mommy and you want to still do Pilates, do it. Okay? You have a husband, or you have a partner, or you have a wife for a reason. If not, there's people out there that can watch your child for an hour. I'm sure you can find someone. Okay? Make yourself a priority. Okay? Like, don't let these things fall to the wayside. Don't stop taking care of yourself. Don't stop taking care of yourself. Don't stop loving on yourself. Don't stop trying to have new experiences and being bold and being fun and being lively just because you maybe have a little bit more responsibilities. Just because maybe you're getting a little bit older. We all are, okay? Nobody is immune to time. Nobody is immune to time, okay? It's just how you use your time. It's just how you utilize it. Okay? I say okay a lot, don't I? Anywho, as I close this out, I just want to thank you guys for watching another video with me. Enjoy your night, day, whatever it is for you, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, my friends.